something was happening. I don't have
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We here on episode 26
Can you
of
do something?
the Equipment Shed podcast. How are all you shed heads out there doing?
What's up, shedheads?
Please leave some comments, like, subscribe, share.
Sure.
Let us know how we're doing. We try to read every comment. We try to get back with all y'all. So,
Leave
Today-
comments. I want to argue with you.
yes, please.
Tell you how you're
we would
wrong.
definitely like to argue with
I
you.
want to tell you how
100%.
you're
I
wrong.
want to tell you how you're
We
wrong.
will tell
It's
you
okay
you
to
are
have
wrong.
opinions. Just know your opinion's
Yeah,
probably
they
wrong.
don't
Yeah.
always be wrong.
I want you guys to share your terrible opinions. I can just rip them to shreds. Please.
But yes, we are here on episode 26.
Two deuce.
Can you do something for me?
Yeah.
But today we gonna jump into what's on your mind. We're gonna actually talk about our second, well, me and Spencer's second fantasy draft that we did yesterday as well. Same time Spencer's draft was going on, which I don't know why they planned it like that. I think they were coercing.
No,
Yes.
it was K. I even told Caleb a week before. He was like, "Well, when you doing yours?" I'm like, "The 26th at 7 p.m."
Oh, that's
And
fine.
then 3 days after that, he was like, "Hey, I'm doing mine the 26th at 7 p.m." I'm like, "Why? What the fuck is that about?"
He's taking an advantage.
Yep.
We didn't do a good job.
So, and then we're going to talk about the week one matchups, the NFL season starting. Gonna kind of get into a little bit of that. I'm not super excited about that one. I cannot wait.
I can't hold it in.
And
Bursting at the seams.
then we go and jump into career path, Patrick Peterson or Darrell Revis.
Didn't get to it last
Did
episode.
not get to it last episode. Sorry for you
Nope.
guys. And the rushing quarterback trivia. So we got a little loaded episode for you. We'll try to get through everything for you today. So let's go ahead and start it off. What's on your mind there, Timbo?
The Packers preseason gave me some hope. Jordan Love was limited in action, which as he should be. He's our
Yes,
starter.
yes.
He looked good. There's the second preseason game. He had a bad series. There's a bad snap. They look a little discombobulated. He reeled it back in.
Which
next
what will
drive, next drive, took team downfield, scored a touchdown. He's threw a touchdown pass every series that he's played in the preseason.
That's good. That's good.
So that gives me some hope. The rest of the team looks like they're rounding out. I think we're going to funnel everything on the offense. It's going to be Christian Watson. It's going to be Romeo Doubs. It's going to be Aaron Jones. I don't think anybody else is really going to matter that much.
You don't think your tight ends are going to be able to?
I think they'll have their spots, but they're
Okay.
both rookies.
Okay.
I don't expect too much out of them. I expect some splash plays,
I mean, in all
but not
honesty,
to really contribute a lot.
Yeah.
in all honesty, I think those rookie tight ends could be your game changers.
They could be. It's like if nobody else is open, they can get open. But I don't see them getting like 700-800 yards. They'll probably both have 500-600 apiece, but have
I mean,
their
shit,
games.
That's better
That's fine
than
with me.
that's better than most teams.
That's true.
They can't even get there. I mean, you get 500 yards from two tight ends. I'll take that over
100%.
you having one tight end that has 700 yards.
Yep. Croft's a better blocker. Kraft's a
But
better blocker.
Musgrave is a better receiver.
Looking good. He is.
He looks really good.
He looks good. Luke Van Ness, who I was worried about drafting as our first overall
Looks
pick,
good
they
as
said he's
well.
been showing out too.
Yeah.
And then he's going to be in rotation with Preston Smith and Rashawn Gary. Eric Stokes is back healthy, and we have Rasul Douglas and Jair. Like, I think if everybody stays healthy, I think we will.
Bro, you'll have a
surprise.
solid
They're surprising
squad.
me, and I'm obviously a little bit partial, but I'm excited about that. That's what's on my mind.
I like that.
I liked what I saw. I
That's
think
good.
it'll translate.
That's good. That's good. I mean, that's what you're looking for when it comes to these preseason games.
You want to see
is
something,
That's what you want to see. You want to see progress, not progress stoppers.
right?
Because in the preseason, that's what you want is your guys out there progressing themselves where they're able to be like, okay, yeah, we can trust this guy on the field in
Yep.
this situation. Let's put him out there.
And the fact that it led to some success, led to points, makes
It's
you
even
feel
better.
good,
Even
right?
better, man.
I can see it happening.
Now it makes everything worth all the moves you have now made.
Yep. I think we're going to surprise people.
I think you will as well. I think you will as well.
Yeah,
'Cause,
I
mean,
agree with
even,
you.
even then, regardless, last year you still had a playoff competitive team.
Yep.
Regardless, it was still a playoff competitive team. You had a chance to still make playoffs at the end of the season.
100%. And we're super young.
Yes,
We are super
Yes,
young across
y'all
the
are
board.
Very young. shit. What? I guess.
We have the youngest wide receiver room in the entire NFL.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
What is
I
like an
don't-
average of 23 years old?
Yeah.
Shit.
They're all youngins. Every single one of them.
And thankfully, though, at least a lot of them have at least some kind of, what do you want to call it? Like
They have experience.
experience.
They have
yeah,
experience so
they
far.
have experience, and I mean, for a young player, experience is the one thing you need.
What's up, Stanky Face?
Bro, this back corner smells like straight piss. This is gross.
I told you, pee outside, not in the corner.
I am.
I couldn't smell anything, so
I
I,
can't
couldn't-
smell
I
it
can't
either.
help you.
Must be your upper lip.
No.
Yeah, I saw him make the same
He
face.
thought about it. He's like, it's sterile, and I like the taste.
Hey, that's my movie.
Patches O'Houlihan.
How about you,
Well,
Spency?
Spence, what's on your mind?
I'm just so excited for football. 2 weeks.
Week and a half.
Yeah.
September 7th.
Yeah, week and a half.
Thursday
Wow,
on
yeah.
the 7th
Mm-hmm.
is the first game. And it's Detroit. Detroit and
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Yeah. That'll be
Which-
a good game.
Low key gonna be.
I think
exciting,
Loki's going to be actually be a really good game.
Yep.
I think Detroit's going to. I don't think they're going to win.
Well, slow down. Let's jump into that.
Okay,
Yeah, true,
sorry,
true,
sorry,
true.
sorry,
One
sorry,
matchup.
sorry,
Let's
yeah,
get
yeah.
into one matchup.
You are excited.
I'm so excited.
Let's get into
I'm
the-
just excited football's back, man. I
I
just
got you.
It's the best time of the year.
It's-
Well, I'll keep
I
saying
can
it.
I
Yeah.
can flip through anything now because college is also back on, so I can just
Yeah.
watch. I can watch
Yeah.
anything. I'm just
Yeah.
happy.
Yep. I even watch fucking D2 games if I get around to it. It don't bother me one bit. I'll watch a fucking
Better than no football.
I'll watch a Jackson State game.
I'd rather watch a bad football game over a decent baseball game. I'll say that.
Facts.
That's
I
just
don't
how much
know.
I like football.
I don't know.
That's a personal thing.
Yeah, I get that.
I wouldn't.
That.
I don't think that's the right thing. It's the right thing for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
But
I enjoy it that much.
Jackson turned 9 yesterday, bro.
Yeah.
9. My boy's 9.
Happy birthday! I know
Almost
you're
double
watching.
digits. Almost double digits.
I know. That's why he was like, yeah, I got like 2 years. I'm be almost a teenager. I'm like, don't say shit like that to me. Go to your room.
Guess what? When you're that age, you're still gonna go to your room.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you're just taller and going to your room.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, but I just can't believe he's 9.
Yeah.
Getting
I just-
old, bruh.
It's crazy.
Next thing you know, we're gonna be going to his baseball games.
He's playing basketball. He actually is not playing fall ball.
No, he's not.
Said he wanted to take a break. This is his first time he's ever not played baseball.
He's
So
got
he's
time.
playing basketball.
He's got
Yeah.
time, man.
So I was like, okay.
Yeah, he does.
But I like to see that he is trying to do something different.
Trying to play other sports.
Yeah.
That's good. It was gonna
And
hap-
he's-
it was gonna happen eventually. I
And
mean,
he
you
and he's
just have to
liking
let
it.
him-
They don't have a game for another like 3 or 4 weeks, but he's having a great time during practice and stuff. He really likes it. So
That's good.
I think nowadays it's good for kids to get more exposure in different sports.
Yeah.
A lot of these athletes now, if you look at their background, they played different sports
Yeah.
all through high school.
Yep.
Instead of just focusing on
And,
one sport and getting burnt out.
well, he was supposed to be playing flag football, but I don't want to name any names, but there was another parent involved that dropped the ball in that one.
Helen fumbled the bag.
Somebody lost the flags.
Nah, his mom forgot to sign.
Oh,
it.
okay.
Lost where she was supposed to go.
Oh, well, that's even worse.
That's
Got
fine.
lost on
That's
her way
fine.
to signing the register.
Whoops.
Yeah. That's okay though.
He's got plenty of time,
At least
man.
he's still
Yeah.
staying active. At least he's still staying
Yeah,
active.
yeah. So I'm excited. Because he played basketball like 2 years ago, and they were little, so it was just hard to kind of gauge it. But so I'm interested to see how he does.
Yeah.
Because he's a hell of
Yeah.
a baseball player, but outside of that, I don't really know. He doesn't play anything else.
Time will tell. When he gets old enough, we'll be at his games. I ain't
Yep.
watching no 9-year-old games
Yep.
right now. I'm just being
No,
honest
that's
with you.
fair.
I ain't sitting through that shit.
Yeah.
I want to see
It's
some.
rough.
I want to see some athleticism.
Yeah.
When he gets to that point, I'll start watching. I'll
True.
show up, support.
But yeah, he just had a birthday yesterday. so
Okay.
it's
Okay. Well, happy birthday,
Happy
Jackson.
and sad. I just can't believe it's just
HBD, little
getting
man.
older.
HBD.
But
What about you, Nikolai? What's on your brain? What's on your
Well-
dome piece?
What's on my mind? Fucking Sam Williams, you dumbass.
look, okay,
Come on.
Jerry Jones said he's maturing. All right.
That was funny. I'm not gonna lie.
That shit was funny. He's
that shit was
in
funny.
reverse. That shit was funny
When
as
I
fuck,
heard, when
bro.
I heard Jerry give that interview, Jerry was a fucking fool, man.
I hope he was just trolling because
I think he was. I think he was.
Had to have been.
I think he
That
was
shit was
slightly
funny,
I think he
though.
was slightly trolling.
I fucking
but
died
in
when I saw
all
that.
Honesty, he's not. He is not wrong. Sam Williams has matured. He's just still not. And it's for all athletes. It's not just him singling him out himself. He's just the latest one.
He said
That's
he's
the-
36 miles per hour down from the last time he got pulled over.
And he's not wrong. He
Oh
was,
my
he
God.
was slower than
I was
last
like,
time, but
he's
bro,
still going over
yeah,
100.
he was still.
That shit was funny. He's like,
got-
he's maturing.
He got another fucking speeding ticket in Frisco, Texas.
Bro.
And what else happened?
And he was
Oh.
carrying a unregistered gun
Why?
and
That's the part
had
that bothers
a THC cartridge that was somewhere between 30 to
See, but
45%.
here's the weird
I
part.
can care
Here-
less about that.
Exactly.
Here's the weird part with the whole gun thing. It's not against the law to not have it registered in your name. If my brother gives me a gun, I don't have to register it.
Yeah.
So them getting him for it not being registered doesn't necessarily make sense to me.
It's the combination of the two. If the weed wasn't in the vehicle, it'd be different. But
I
because
get it. I
both
get
of
it. I
them-
guess because he had
both of
weed
them
in the
are
car, they're
together,
like, we're gonna get you
Yes.
for that too.
It could potentially
Yes.
frame a picture that's
Yes.
not
that,
good.
That is the only reason why
I
it's a
got you
problem.
because it's not against the law to have a weapon that's not
no,
registered
not
in
at
your
all.
name.
But like I said, if he would have gotten pulled over for speeding and only had the gun,
At least here in Texas.
they would have just gave him a ticket and he'd have been on his way. But because he had the weed cartridge with him
Like-
and the
and the gun
unregistered
and
gun
speeding, like
and speeding,
Why?
I don't fucking know, man.
paints him as a
It's
reckless
like,
individual.
makes
it's like
my head hurt, too.
who were those two offensive linemen? What team were they from? When they had like 50 pounds of weed coming across the Mexican border.
I know what you're-
Cleveland.
I,
it
yeah,
was
I know
their
what you're talking
starting
about, yeah.
tackle and their starting right guard. Starters
Yep.
didn't even have it hiding. It was in the back seat
Who
of their
was that?
car.
Who was that? Ricky Williams and Willie Nelson, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're in prison for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
It's like why?
That was a lot of fucking weed though. Like that was stupid.
50
like you fucking
pounds.
What do you
yourself.
They were gonna smoke it all eventually.
But they didn't even hide it. They were just in the bag.
Just
Yeah.
kidding. Intent to distribute. Clearly.
Yeah,
So
that
we
shit-
know who we are.
that shit makes my head hurt, man. Like and it just makes no sense. My thing is why speed if you know you have that shit with you?
Well,
That's what kills me. It's like you already know you are riding dirty. Why even give the cop an opportunity to pull your ass over?
Yep.
right. You should be 10 and 2.
Yeah,
I'm in the slow lane. I'm
seatbelt
5 miles
on.
under the
Yeah,
under the
yeah.
Because
Doing
what about a
everything
month
right.
ago? Who was that wide receiver, that rookie receiver?
Jordan Addison.
Jordan Addison in Minnesota,
Yep.
Well,
going like 130.
Well, you remember why,
Wow.
right? They said he was taking his dog.
Dog, yeah, the dog to the vet. Fucking stupid. Fuck that dog.
They
I
gave
bet
him a
there wasn't even a
citation,
dog.
bro. They didn't even. They gave him a citation.
I bet there wasn't even a dog.
Buddy was hitting Henry Ruggs status on them fucking speeding.
But yeah, again, that's you.
That's spicy. That's
th-
spicy.
They're dumb, and yet because of who they are, they get lucky.
Yeah.
Because
Some
if,
people
if
think
that'd
that
be
they're
any
in-
of us,
Gone.
sitting in jail right now.
Gone.
These guys probably think that they're invisible because of who they are.
Oh yeah,
Unfortunately,
1,000%, 1,000%. But the thing is, in all honesty, you probably have to have that mindset to even be able to play that sport.
Yeah. So they're probably thinking I'm doing this dirty shit, which I don't have to do.
Yeah.
I'm doing it, and nobody can touch me because I'm who I am.
I think a lot of it is more for like looks, so people like in a sense the John Morant thing, like, oh, I want to seem like I'm a thug and seem like I'm a fucking hard ass, so I'm gonna go out and do these dumbass things to
Yeah.
make it seem like I'm that guy.
And then upbringing
Yeah.
has a lot to do with it too. They have nobody to tell them you have
Yeah.
a lot to lose.
Yep.
They're just the same person with money now.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, I wouldn't say guys, a lot of people are like that. Money,
Aaron Hernandez.
money just makes you. If you're a terrible person, you make terrible decisions. Sometimes money just compounds that. It just makes it even worse.
Yeah.
Murdered people in Florida. Murdered people in New England.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Well, that wasn't even alleged. Well, the Florida ones are alleged.
Allegedly.
The ones in New England and Boston were proven. So, because his
Which, by
I'll
the way,
never get
Swamp
it.
Kings, what the hell?
Yeah.
oh yeah. Anybody who was
Terrible.
excited for the Swamp Kings documentary?
Everyone
I'm
was.
Sorry to burst your bubble.
It's trash.
It was not good. It was
Hey.
not what we deserved.
No.
Here's
not
what
at
our
all.
football teams did. Here's Tim Tebow. End of documentary.
Yep.
I wanted them to show the real Tim Tebow, the ones that the Pouncey brothers were exposing.
Yes. And
Which I
show the Pouncey
believe
brothers.
because they have no reason why. What do they gain from even
Yeah.
lying about that?
Nothing. It
Nothing.
makes
And
them
the-
look worse.
and the
if
Pouncey
it's not
bro-
true, so it has to be
The
true.
Pouncey
That's
brothers
what I'm
are
saying.
real. They're real too. So like,
Yeah,
if they gonna say it, they gonna stand behind
They
it.
said
because
Tebow
they-
was out there sucking on them titties.
believe it.
All
No,
up in
he
the
wasn't.
strip
He was
clubs.
out there trying to
he
change
was-
people's lives.
He was showing them
With the Bible.
on
Bible
his
studies
phone,
in the
yeah.
private room.
He was bringing his Bible to him. He was giving them verses.
It's a
Father,
Deuteronomy.
Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 24:16.
Oh my God.
Hey man.
Oh hell no.
Well, let's go ahead and jump into. Me and Spencer had a secondary draft while his draft was going on for one of my homeboys, Caleb. Shout out to you, Caleb. Come and win your damn league. I should have won it last year.
Since I wasn't in this draft,
Yes, sir. Yes,
I would
sir.
like to give you grades on
Yes,
your
please
teams.
do. Please
Did
do.
I even show you
so I
mine?
can contribute a little
you
bit.
can go ahead and announce our teams if you want. You
Well-
can give us grades on it,
Uh,
just to kind of give us an
Okay,
idea.
I like the names. Spencer's Dak Street Boys,
I like
I like
that.
that.
That's pretty good. That's
and
pretty
then
good.
Nick's just the champ.
Well, I couldn't put my Big Nick Swinging in there because for some reason it would not let me load it, so I had to think of another one. I
Because
haven't
they
thought
think
of
you're
it
trying
yet.
to say dick.
I know, but I am. But it's my name. Come on now.
It's my name. Let it be.
So, just for everybody to know, I did help Nick a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just
so
a little
if
bit.
he wins, I get like
Yep. Tim's getting a
I get
dinner.
10%
10% of the
share.
credit.
He's getting a dinner, and he's gonna
We'll
be
go
able to
15.
hold the trophy for a little bit.
15-5.
hell yeah. So
Tim
I
can
was.
hold the trophy for about a month.
18%.
He's the general
60-40.
manager. I'm just the head coach.
Damn right.
You know, he put all the pieces in place. I just gave him my suggestions.
Tim didn't help me at all. He was sitting too far away.
Yeah. Which I gave Nick some awesome advice for kickers, which I'd like to share with
Yes,
everybody out there for
yes.
fantasy. If you are going against somebody, like let's say well, Nick actually did one of two things that I think you should do. He got the kicker for his quarterback. So that means every time Trevor Lawrence has a good game, most likely the kicker's going to have a good game.
Right.
So if he scores a touchdown, he's getting the point. If he gets down the field and they get close, he's kicking a field goal. The other option is
Dome kickers.
whenever you're going against somebody who has a good offense and they have a good quarterback, you take that team's kicker. Because every time they score, it's like getting one less point.
So it'd be like if Cincinnati's kicker is sitting on the waiver wire and you're
Yeah.
about to play Joe Burrow, you go get the
Go get
go
their
get
kicker.
the kicker.
Yeah.
So that way,
Yeah.
whatever points he gets, it'll subtract.
It makes
from-
sense.
Yeah.
All points matter. And if you
Yeah.
can
No,
get a
I
2
never
point
thought
swing
about
like
it from
that,
the offensive perspective, like what you were saying. With a good offense, take that kicker because
Yeah.
every
If you
touchdown
believe
they
in him,
score, he's gonna
That's-
kick an extra
that's
point.
most of the time-
Exactly.
most of the time when I draft a kicker, that's what I try going for is who do I think is going to either if not score a touchdown, get close enough to kick a field goal.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what I'll try to go for.
And the other third option you have is get a kicker who's on a good offense that plays a lot indoors.
Yep.
The weather
that's-
doesn't affect them.
That's what I do. That's how I pick them.
I don't like kickers in leagues, but if you got them, that's how you play them.
Yep.
Unless it's Atlanta's kicker.
Young Hoku, baby.
They just because they run the ball so much that they always get them in a field goal per. Yeah.
So
Field goal
you
range.
don't think it's a good idea to take him,
Who?
Atlanta's kicker?
No, I
he did.
do.
He did. He took Young
I know,
Hoku.
I seen it. I saw it on there. I was trying to
Young
bait. I was trying to
Hoku.
bait him in the
Yeah.
sense. I feel like, no, he's trash.
No.
I'm like, well, why'd you take him?
Why would I take it? Oh, I did take
I'm just
him,
playing.
didn't I?
Just because they run so much,
Yeah.
they always get in the field goal range for his range.
But that also does sometimes that can hurt you because running the ball, unless you like, thank God they have Bijan, but without a running back like that, it would be a little bit tougher because if your running back can't get you into that, then it's just a punt.
No, that's true.
You're running your time
You're not
down,
wrong.
and it'll hurt you a little bit.
But they
more.
also had the best rushing offense. So
Yes, they
I
do.
knew when I took him, I knew what I wanted to do.
Yeah,
so.
you're not wrong.
You're not wrong at all. I'll start with Nick's team. The Chase Cup stack is just like we were talking about in the other league. That's just disgusting.
So on that,
What is it?
You have Jamar Chase and Cooper Cup.
Oh yeah.
so while my pick, I had both picks going on simultaneously. So I was kind of more focusing on mine in my league, and I didn't, and it auto drafted me, and Jamar Chase was there for me to take if I would have been paying attention.
Damn. I got a
Let
question
him
for you,
slide,
Nicholas.
baby. What you got?
So I see that you have Jamar Chase, but you also have T. Higgins. Are you worried about if one of them has a good game and the other doesn't? Or are you planning on both of them to ball out every game?
I'm planning on both of them to ball out every game.
Okay.
But if you scroll a little bit, I also scooped up Kirk just in case for the Kirk and Lawrence
Stack.
stacking
Yep.
because
I like it. I like it.
I think that could help me because in all honesty, I'm probably going to keep T Higgins in at least for this first week just to see how he does, and if he can produce me 10, 12 points, in all honesty, I'd be okay with it.
Not bad.
It won't hurt me it won't hurt me in any way. And then if anything, I'll just play matchups, which I'm actually honestly thinking of maybe playing Christian Kirk this game just because they're playing Indianapolis. And
We'll get a discussion on that in a little bit.
that'll be the only reason why.
But,
yeah.
yeah.
That-
What I like that you did is you have Lawrence, you have the stack with Christian Kirk if you want it, you have Jamar Chase, and you end up with Cooper Kupp, and you got T.J. Hawkinson. Those are my favorite picks of yours.
Hell yeah.
The ones I wouldn't even say they're bad. The only one I really worry about is Miles Sanders, just because it's Carolina. You have
Yes.
no idea what's going to look like, but he's the only guy they got, so
That's true.
he's got guaranteed volume. We just don't
Hubbard's
know how
not
efficient
going
he'll
to
be.
beat him.
No, not at all. He's going to be on the field a lot.
But I also do have either T Higgins or Kirk is my trade bait. I
You
will
do.
say that straight up. Like if I
Those
were,
are good.
if I were to come
Yeah.
down to it and I need and like how you say if Miles Sanders isn't able to do it for me, one of those two will be my trade bait to go after.
And more
somebody
than
to
likely,
fill
you
that
probably
spot.
could trade Higgins over Kirk because I do believe Kirk might end up just being the number one guy.
And
for
I think he will be
Jacksonville.
as
That's
well.
in the range of outcomes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He slid way too far. He was wide receiver 11 last year. He's going as wide receiver 30 this year.
Which is crazy.
I know they brought in Calvin Ridley, but if you think Jacksonville's going to take a step up, which they should, he's not going to outperform that ADP 100%.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, he was already doing it. He was even doing it with Kyler Murray as his quarterback.
Right?
That's the reason why he went to
Yeah.
Jacksonville.
And then you also have Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson. One of those guys will emerge. Most
Oh, you
likely
took
Terry
both of 'em?
McLaurin, but
Yeah, well, they were both sitting there, and they were the best options I could get at
Yeah.
that time. So I was like, and Tim was kind of breaking it down. He was kind of like, well, it's like one of the two is going to be there for it. He's like, you have the space and the availability to do
And-
it. Might as well pick one up and see which one
That's
works.
true
and
because
then-
we also don't know who Hal is going to favor more.
yes, yes.
so far the preseason has been Dotson.
Yeah. And Dotson had a solid rookie season.
He did.
Yeah.
And Howell should be an upgrade from what they got.
I'm
But
excited to see how Hal turns out. Yeah, but
my only concern with that is, which I think that's changing, but in years past, rookie quarterbacks, their wide receiver 1 average finish is wide receiver 39, which is not good.
Yeah.
But they usually don't have two wide receivers like Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson.
Right.
Yeah.
And McLaurin's a little banged up, so he may have a slow start to the season. That might give Jahan Dotson a chance to emerge,
Yeah.
and then you have two solid options.
Yep.
The
And
range of
again,
out-
and then you have another decent trade bait option there too.
And Scary Terry, he's been even with trash quarterbacks, he's still been getting over 1,000 yards.
yeah, he's like DeAndre Hopkins light. Doesn't matter
See,
who's back there.
I call him Brandon Cooks light.
Either
That
one of
sounds-
them.
I say
Solid
Brandon
too.
Cooks like because I think he can comp more to Brandon Cooks
Yeah.
just because of his size and ability.
And you rounded out your draft with Zay Flowers, who could be the wide receiver 1 for Baltimore. You have Jerick McKinnon, which you took in both leagues, and I think that's a solid pick where he goes. He was a top 24 running back last year. He's on a good offense.
Off pure receiving too.
And then you got Kadarius Toney as his last pick, which you might as well throw that dart because if he stays healthy, dude
Yep.
makes plays.
He's
You
so
already-
he's extremely versatile.
You've seen him in the Super Bowl, so I
Yeah.
mean,
I
and if
think-
you're able to use somebody in the Super Bowl the way they use Kadarius Toney, they got a spot for him in the lineup.
you have a
for sure.
very well-rounded top to bottom lineup.
Yes.
I will give you an 87 out of 100.
87.
B plus.
I'll take that.
I give
Yeah,
you B
I'll
plus.
take that.
It's nice.
Now on to Spencer's team. Quarterback Justin Fields. I love that pick. I love him this year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
You
a
gotta
great,
take
that
the
is
swing,
a great
man.
pickup. That is.
I'm not a fan of him in real life, but like fantasy wise, it don't matter because fantasy wise, he balls.
Yeah.
He does. You have Joe Mixon and James Conner, who I think both are very undervalued. They're both going to get a ton of volume. They're going to catch a ton of passes. It may
And
not
I
be
like the
pretty.
fact that the Bengals. What hurt Joe Mixon last year is their offensive line was so bad. So his on the ground game was he only averaged 57.5 yards per
Yeah,
game last year.
yeah.
So I think with the huge upgrades they did on the offensive line, I'm hoping that also kind of boost up his running back.
It should.
So
His
Where
running
you
ability,
took him made sense to me.
Yeah.
Both of them. And then you have Tyreek Hill and CeeDee Lamb, which as another awesome. You guys did really good at receivers
Yeah.
because you have Tyreek Hill, CeeDee Lamb, and Chris Olave.
Olave's going to be
I think
a good,
people are sleeping on Olave too.
There's a range of outcomes where all three of those dudes finish top 10 in wide receivers.
Yeah.
That's good. You got Freiermuth, who I feel like is going to come into his own this year also.
Yep.
You made some good picks too, my guy.
He's been getting better every year.
Hell yeah.
Every year he's been in the league, he's gotten better and better.
He's got the Georgia Eagles defense.
Hell yeah, Georgia Delphia, baby.
Which was crazy because their ranking, like they had them ranked pretty low,
Yeah.
which didn't make sense to me.
it's only because
there's a lot of rookies and
well, yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
because
I understand
you
that,
look,
but
if you look to see what they lost, it on paper it looks bad because the people they have filling those spots have no.
I mean, yeah, no,
NFL
I do understand where they're
So,
coming from with
but
it. I just my
think-
personal opinion, I think they only got better. So
I think, in all honesty, they'll be fine.
They'll be
but
fine.
it does hurt because of the strength of schedule. The strength of
That's what it
schedule, I
is.
think, is what some of that
Is-
came
oh,
from.
yeah, for sure.
is
Absol-
because of
absolutely.
that.
They're
But
going to
I
have
mean,
a number one schedule.
in all honesty, they're still probably going to be a top 10, top 5 defense.
I thought it was worth a taking on.
Yeah. I
100%
mean, shit,
Philadelphia
I got
Bulldogs, so-
Miami's defense, so I mean,
Yeah.
I think you probably did better than I did, and I think they had probably Miami maybe graded maybe just around the same as where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also have Jordan Addison. I like that pick too. I think
He
gonna
is
have a-
him and Zay
a
Flowers
great
are
season.
my two like for sure rookies. If they're there
Yeah.
in the mid to later rounds, I'm taking them.
Yeah.
There's three receivers that I like in that area, and you guys have all three of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like Jahan Dotson, I like Jordan Addison, and I like Zay Flowers. And if I'm in the league where you guys had them and they were on the board, I'm happy with any one of those three. And you got,
Yeah.
you got,
And that's
y'all
how,
got all
that's how I
three of
feel.
them.
JSN, Addison, and Zay Flowers are the 3 foreshore rookies. If they're there, I'm gonna take them.
Yeah.
I don't blame
Smart.
you. Let's see. You got J.K. Dobbins on your bench. I don't like J.K. Dobbins, but where you took him and where he falls in your lineup,
I'm
have to take 'em.
banking.
You have to take 'em.
I'm going to keep him on the bench because he has such an injury-prone history that I am hoping him staying healthy with the new offensive coordinator and stuff. Let's see how it rolls.
Well,
Where you took
it's
him,
worth
it was
it's
a
worth
swing.
it's worth keeping him where
Yeah,
he's at now.
yeah,
And
for
after
sure.
this first game, you'll kind of see where he is, and if he's anything viable, he'd probably be worth putting in.
Yeah, absolutely.
The only questionable pick I have for you, because I like both of your guys' teams a lot, but if I had to pick one thing for each thing, yours would be Drake London, just because I have no idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that
As a
is a
Desmond
tough
Ritter,
one.
I
so
have
my
no
thought
idea.
process on that, and I it was questionable for me to take him, but the ceiling and the talent is there.
It is there.
Yeah,
It's there.
sure.
It all depends on Ryder or Ritter, or however you say his
Ritter.
name.
Yeah, Desmond Ritter.
Nobody knows anything on him. We haven't seen
No.
shit.
Nobody
we
has
haven't
a clue.
seen absolutely nothing on this kid, and I figured because I got him. I think he was my third to last pick. So I figured with the
Fourth to last.
fourth to
So
last.
I think 9th round. No,
no, it was a
10th or 11th.
yeah.
think.
So I figured with the ceiling, the potential for where I got him, I thought it was a
You don't have to start him, which is fine.
yeah,
You wait and see.
exactly.
I would give you an 8. I think I'd give you both the same grade.
Yeah.
87 out of 100. I think. I'm sorry. You want me to pick one?
Boo!
You want me to pick one?
Yes. I
I like Spencer's better because he has
Fuck.
Justin Fields. That's the only deciding
But
factor.
you don't like
I,
you don't like
uh,
Trevor Lawrence? You don't think Trevor Lawrence?
I do.
I normally
I
don't.
think Fields
normally
has a better
don't.
season.
Fake.
That's it.
This is
Fake.
the first time
Fake.
since I've been playing fantasy football in the past like 15 years. This is the first time I've ever taken a quarterback as high as I took him.
I usually take the same approach, and I took Fields in
And I
in
just
your league. So
I saw him there, and it was going to be between him and Lamar. I'm pretty high on Lamar this year. I think he's going to be out there to prove everybody, just to give everybody a big fuck you, because a lot of people said he didn't deserve the contract that he got. I disagree with them. And so I think he's coming out swinging. So, but Fields,
the way I see it is, you have Mixon and Connor, who are probably going to be a little inefficient, but they're going to get 50 catches apiece. You have Tyreek Hill, CeeDee Lamb, Chris Olave. They all three could get 100 catches. Freiermuth probably going to get about 70, and then Fields can rush for 1,000.
yeah.
That's in the range of outcomes. So I guess if you want me to pick one, I'll give
Nick's
Spencer an
team is
88
better.
out of 100.
Nick's team is better. I don't know how anybody can say Spencer's team's better than mine. Crazy.
Honestly, I think
Crazy.
they're both very close. I'm looking at it, it's close, man. I like Fields over Lawrence. I like Aaron Jones over Mixon. I like Connor over Sanders.
I like Aaron Jones.
I think
over
Chase
Mixon,
and Hill
too. I'll
are
admit
a
that.
wash. Lamb and Cup are a wash. Hawkinson over Fryermuth. Olave over Higgins. I can care less about defenses and kickers
You would take Olave over Higgins?
because he has the chance because he's the wide receiver one.
Yeah.
That is true. That is
He,
true.
I wouldn't be surprised if Higgins finished better than
But
Olave.
Higgins has
but
a better quarterback.
He does. I just think
He does.
Olave's range of outcomes, he has a better chance to finish top 10 than Higgins does.
Okay.
That's the only thing.
And if
He might
I
not.
think also if Michael Thomas stays healthy, which I doubt, but like if he does, it's gonna boost Olave even more.
It will. I like both of your guys' teams a lot.
Yeah.
Tis true.
I-
Tis true.
I wish I was
Hey.
in this league so I could make your rosters not as
High
good.
five. man.
Because I would have took a
Hey,
lot
we
of
did
these
that.
players y'all
We
got.
did that
Yeah.
while doing two
Simultaneously.
drafts simultaneously.
Like there was a lot of times where, like how you said, like
We
where
had to remind
my-
each other,
Well, no,
or-
not even reminding. Where I'm picking in your league, then literally after I get
I
done picking in your
switch
league,
back
I had to
over,
go
yeah.
over, and I had 45
Like I
seconds
said,
left in the other
both
league
of my
to
first
go and
picks,
draft.
both
I
of
only
my
fucked with him one time. I was like, "You're on the clock." He's like, "Which one?"
Yeah.
Like, you're not on the clock.
both of my first picks because I had the sixth pick in my league and in Caleb's, and they were both going on at the same time, and I accidentally auto drafted, but it gave me Tyreek Hill, and I wasn't even upset with that.
I said I got Hawkinson.
Because if he goes out there and does what he says he's gonna do, hey,
Right.
baby,
TJ
let's go.
Hawkinsauce.
right,
I like the
I think
him
I
and
like-
Kirk, man.
I like your two teams here than I do the other league. Honestly, I think you guys did better in this league.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
But
like 'em.
this league also, I think, has less
Knowledgeable.
knowledgeable players. Than
So that's
in-
how you
in
got the
Spencer's
players.
league,
I
Yeah.
got you. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Then we got the real one, the one we're all dying
Oh
for
yeah.
next
Oh
weekend.
yeah.
But see, I like playing in leagues where everybody knows their stuff. It
Yeah,
makes it
me
more
too, me
challenging.
too.
I like the challenge, and it makes it more fun for me.
Like, we wouldn't want to go out and play softball and win 25-0 every game.
Yeah,
They'd be
no,
like,
that'd be
eventually
I mean,
they're
y'all
like,
do, but
No, dude,
Yes,
this league is
correct.
going to be a little different. We play, I think, more tournament people.
A couple. I
The
think
the
there's- I
first
think
game
that
before you got
the-
there, I was watching them.
Yeah.
Both teams are base hits, and they were swinging first pitch every
Yeah.
time, and they were putting it in play. Nobody was hitting the shit out of the ball. They were just hitting it exactly
Yeah.
where they're supposed to. And the girls on the other teams look better than what we were used to playing.
That's the biggest.
That's the
your
X factor.
Your girls are your
X
weakest
factors,
links, and
or they could be your X
you are-
factors.
You are as good as your girls are.
Yep,
If you have
100%.
good girls,
got
you
you.
have good
I
girls.
got you.
Your
I mean,
team will
that
be
makes
good.
sense. Yeah, for sure.
Because most likely, most of the guys that are out there can play.
Yeah.
And, no, and I'm not trying to be sexist.
Even at least decent enough to where they're viable for a team.
Right.
They're well enough to play. They're smart enough to play. They have the ability to play.
Yeah.
But it all relies on your
Yes.
girls. If your girls can play good, bro, you'll have a good team. You'll have a good
If
squad.
your girls can field balls from the other guy's best hitters, then you
Yeah, for
have a
sure.
chance every time.
Yeah.
Which I think we have.
So
I need Chelsea.
Other than
mo-
that,
I need
other than
Chelsea
that
to get
girl
healthy.
playing third base on our team.
TK.
Yeah, she is pretty soft.
Yeah, she hit the ball all right, but scared of them. scared
Teflon
of them
tee,
line
baby.
drives. Teflon, Velcro tee.
Hey, how much is Caleb's league, by the way?
I think it's only like $20 or something like that. I have to double check with him. He honestly didn't tell me.
Julian's is 25. Mine was 25. Ours is 50. Hey, this is the first year I'm gonna spend less than $400 on.
Technically, ours is
fantasy.
100, but it's 50 for the league.
Yeah.
I just meant league fees.
Yeah.
I'm not talking
Yeah,
about those stuff.
I've spent a lot of money.
Normally
Whoops.
I used to have a 250 league, and it disbanded after last season because most of my Army buddies are married, and they said their wives said that they were spending too much money.
yeah, the
Because they weren't winning. That's why.
Right.
Yeah.
Steph is doing with John.
yeah, like you better win or you ain't doing this shit no more. You're wasting money out there.
I was ready to tell John. I thought he was going to say something about me not asking him to be in my league because he was there yesterday.
Yeah,
Because I was ready to tell him I didn't want to rob Steph twice.
right.
He asked, didn't he?
I think so.
Whenever we were.
Oh, he
sitting
did?
there,
I was sitting too far down on the
'cause
table.
He asked me and Tim. I don't think Tim was really.
I wanted.
paying
Well,
much attention to him.
I sat by
Like,
my buddy Kyle because he don't know anybody
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
kind of sitting there.
No,
so.
you're fine. No, yeah, I'm not. I wouldn't worry about that. It was
Yeah.
it was just funny because John was like, "Well, if y'all would have asked me, I would have joined the league. I would have probably won."
I'm not
And
doing
I
it to
didn't
my
ask
mother-in-law.
you
Ain't
for
nobody
a
gonna
reason.
ask you
I'm
to
not
do
doing this to
that.
my mother-in-law. She works hard for that money.
Yeah,
Why are you
yeah.
gonna waste it?
Yeah.
Just to waste it. Well, let's go ahead and jump into the week one. What? Oh, you want your phone back?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the.
You don't need
No,
it.
I'm not. I'm pulling up the matchups.
You don't need it. Can we go ahead and start?
Yeah,
Can I
go
go ahead and
ahead. You
start?
can go ahead and start with the Packers.
Woo!
My favorite matchup of the year, and we're starting it already in week one. We play the Bears.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it because there's two things you got to do as Packers. You have to beat the Bears, and you have to make the playoffs. I'm
The
fine if we don't make the
Bears.
playoffs. We better beat the fucking Bears.
The
If we go 2-15,
Bears.
but both victories are against the Bears, I'll say that's a success.
So would you much rather win over the Bears or the Vikings?
The Bears.
You hate the Bears more?
It's close though.
The
because
Bears.
Just because of
The
the rivalry that it is, it's like it's one of the longest rivalries in sports.
Okay.
Period.
I like that.
But as far as
Sure.
fan bases go, I hate the Vikings fan base way more. Dumbest chant in sports. So fucking stupid. Fucking Leif Erikson wannabes. The Vikings are like one of the most winning.
Losers.
They're one of the most winning franchises in the NFL, and they have absolutely nothing to show for it. Hope that feels good. Yeah, we're good every year, and you do nothing. Congratulations.
So week 1 started off. Other than your Bears in Green Bay,
The first game of the season, I think, is going to be low-key exciting. We have
Yeah.
Lions and Chiefs.
That's a great one to start the season. off.
Detroit and Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to win because it's the Chiefs, but I think Detroit's going to come out and actually give them a run for their money. I really think so.
I think that they're going to prove that they can play.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll be surprised
And-
if they don't score a
And
bunch
the
of
fact
points.
that they're playing for the first game kind of shows the NFL is on par with
Yeah,
giving them the respect that they deserve. Like, hey, you guys are good enough. We're going to have you play that first overall game.
we don't ever. There's never a bad matchup week 1.
No.
So they obviously know.
It's going to
Yeah.
be 31-28 Chiefs.
The Chiefs are only favored by 6.5 points.
Yeah.
Which is not. That's only one
No.
touchdown.
I'm not sad. I don't even think they'll beat them by a touchdown. I think it's going to come down to a field goal.
Ooh.
31-28.
They have the Bears favored to win by 2 against us. But
Really?
Home team always gets 3 points. Just FYI, Vegas always gives the home team 3 points. So them saying the Bears win by 2 is kind of like us saying they're saying it's even pretty much.
See, I think
Okay.
for y'all
Okay.
and the Bears, y'all's defense is going to be the
It's a
difference.
difference maker.
Yeah.
Yep.
So whose offense going to do what? They're going to be two very different offenses.
But I don't. Outside
They're
of DJ,
there might be high potent offenses.
outside of,
there.
Might be.
of DJ Moore and Cole Kmet, they don't got nobody.
No,
Mooney
To catch
wasn't.
the
we're
Mooney
just
wasn't
worried
bad.
about Fields. Really,
Mooney
we're just
wasn't
worried
bad.
about
Mooney's
Fields.
not bad.
And-
It all depends on Fields for Mooney.
And in all,
That's
and that's what it is. In
Yeah.
all honesty, even then, I mean, shit. If
'Cause-
if Claypool could do something,
Mooney's
he
only a
is good.
season removed from 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a
So-
good season.
Yeah. So I
So,
mean,
they have weapons
but
as well.
but yeah, I like y'all's defense.
He's going to be tested right away. I love our second.
Y'all have one of the, I say the fourth best or top 4 secondary in the entire league, and I think
so.
that's going to be the difference.
If he's going to be a difference maker, if he's going to evolve, it's going to be through the air, and he's going to be tested right away,
Immediately.
immediately right away.
you just gotta hope somebody stays in front of him so he doesn't run.
Which Devondre Campbell's back and healthy. He was an All-Pro middle linebacker 2 seasons ago. Last year he got hurt, so he's going to be the spy for us. He's basically going to have his eye on Fields
Yeah.
the whole time to
That's
see
what
if he
that's
pulls
what
it down
you'll
and
need.
runs.
That's what you'll need.
I like it.
Another matchup that I'm excited for is the Chargers and Dolphins.
That's going to be straight up fireworks
Yep.
Yeah,
right out the gate. I bet.
It's just going to be a sling fest.
I
think so.
think that one might have the potential to be the highest scoring game of the
I agree.
opening.
Yeah, I'm
opening
very excited
week.
for it because I like what is it, Quinton Johnson?
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
I like him a lot with the
Bro.
Chargers.
The over/under's 51.
I'm
so
honestly
they're calling
looking
for
at
points.
some of these games. Some of these games actually don't look bad. Like even the Niners Steelers.
that's going to be
That'll be a good game
a
as well.
slugfest.
That yeah,
Both those high-
because
both
I
those
actually like
defenses are
Kenny Pickett.
strong.
I think if George Pickens can kind of take a step forward
And I think
with
he
having
has.
Deontay Johnson and fire, if Kenny Pickett can develop a little bit, if he developed any more over the offseason, Steelers aren't bad.
They have a lot of rivalries starting week
Yeah,
1, which is
and
how
the
you should
battle
do
for
it.
Ohio.
Yeah,
The battle for Ohio.
hell yeah, bro. Like
Got the Bengals.
I
and
think the
Browns.
Bengals are going to come out and just beat the fuck out of the Browns.
I don't know,
I-
man. It's hard to really say. The
We'll
Browns-
see what Deshaun Watson looks like, but if he looks like anything he did last season, they're going to come out and beat the absolute dog piss out of him, I think.
I don't think they will, though. I don't think they
Because
will.
they-
I,
that
if you were
Bengals
to-
defense is
if
nice.
you were to tell me pick between the Broncos and Browns, I think the Browns will be way better than they
I'm
were
going to take the
last year.
Browns over the
Well,
Broncos
I'm
all
just
day.
saying if you're good, but I mean, I still think the Browns.
I mean, I think that entire division is good.
because I mean, even
They
then,
are.
you don't even have to.
It's one of the best divisions in football.
You don't
so-
have to worry about Deshaun Watson that much. You still have Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is a top tier running back.
No, I don't
the
disagree
best
with
pure
you.
runner
So-
in the league.
So I mean,
Yes,
I don't even.
but I do like the Bengals defensive line.
It's bugging me.
I like
See
the
that
Bengals
corner
defensive
here?
line
Yeah.
a lot this year. specifically.
And then we
Yeah.
round out the week with Bills Jets.
Which
We're gonna see what the
I-
Jets are made of.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
I like that matchup
Because
too.
everybody knows what the Bills can do in the regular season. It's just the the playoffs you guys implode.
Yeah, but other than that, we're gonna see if the Aaron Rodgers experiment was a success right out the gate. Well,
I mean,
they got a whole season, but if they play up to the Bills and lose, you'll still see some glimpses of hope.
I also am interested to see what CJ Stroud does week 1.
They got a tough test already.
They right out of the gate they got it hard.
So that's actually Baltimore is the biggest favorite of all games week 1.
And
They're favored by
then-
10 points.
Oh,
I
yeah,
also
'cause they're
feel
playing
the same
Texans.
way with the
Yeah.
Colts and Jaguars. Richardson's getting tested immediately right out of the gate because I
Yeah.
like the Jaguars defense.
They're only
Jaguars do
favored by
got a
4.5 points, so
they do got a
they're
good
calling
squad.
for a closer game.
But again, they keep saying how awesome he's looking, but again, it's only in joint
Sam Howell?
practices. No,
I'm
Anthony
fucking
Richardson.
with you. I'm messing with you.
In joint practices and preseason, and preseason's preseason. It's hard to
Yeah.
judge anything
Yes.
based off preseason
Yes.
alone.
Yeah.
So if he comes out and smacks Jaguars right in the mouth, it's okay. All right, let's
That's what you're hoping for.
That's what I'm hoping for. I already think we're going to lose week 1. I mean, it's that offense is fucking disgusting.
It's okay.
It's
You
tough.
guys
And
are
with the loss of
But you-
Gilmore, we don't have the secondary to be able to keep up.
you're
with
in
all
a
the
mini
pass catchers.
rebuild. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I think it would be smart for y'all to get rid of Jonathan Taylor if you're going to do that. But the only thing
We don't
is
wanna-
that losing Jonathan Taylor is going to hurt you because you need that
Of
reliable.
how good he is?
You need that reliable runner, so that way, Anthony
especially with the rookie quarterback.
You're
yes,
not going to start
absolutely.
Richardson out throwing 40 times a game.
Yeah.
So you need a running game to supplement him.
Yep.
I hope they figure something out. I mean, I'm all for paying him and extending him. I don't see why we don't. I mean, I understand what's going on with the whole
You
running backs versus owners right now, but
got the Cowboys Giants.
Yeah.
who
Giants,
can we
yeah.
replace Jonathan Taylor with right now? Nobody.
No.
Nobody that's available. No.
No, yeah, that's what
If
I'm
you trade
saying.
with Miami, you probably get Mostert, who's good, but
Good,
can't
but
stay
he's
healthy.
32.
Yeah. He's basically just he's a home
What
run
do
hitter.
we do? We bank on Las Vegas letting Josh Jacobs walk next year. He's still not as good as Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, you in a little bit of a pickle there.
Yeah, we are. Maybe they can fix this relationship and be like, hey, look, this is what comes
They
in agreement.
reported he has mutual interest in still being with the Colts. He just wants to. The man wants to be paid. That's all it comes down
And
to.
your
Is he wants money
fucking your owner did not help that situation at
because he
all.
he's not.
Dude,
If there's
Jim,
anybody in the
sometimes
league-
Jim Isray, just shut the fuck up, bro. You don't always have to live life on that
he just
Cookie
doesn't want to
Mountain
be.
edge.
He just doesn't
Yeah.
want to be strong armed because they're
Yeah.
the same team who paid Andrew Luck, even though he was hurt. He wasn't playing. They still did right by him. So it's not like the man's unemotional. Like he did something for his player. He just doesn't want to be strong armed.
But also, nobody knows. We don't know. It's been kept kind of like quiet on what Jonathan Taylor did ask for, and that's
Yeah.
also been it's they've
Nobody
been
knows.
asking for a lot. All these running backs been asking for
And once
a
again,
lot of money.
it's tough. It's tough for running backs because my thing with that is like you go back and look at it, bro. Jonathan Taylor was the offense. Like
he was
you're feeding that man 60% of the game. Like you,
because they had statues behind center.
yes. So I mean, it's kind of hard to not pay him because he's literally going out there and doing everything possible for you, and everything you're asking him to do, he has done.
100%, and then some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ran
So-
for 1,800 yards one year at 5 a carry. That's you're getting the ball that
Insane.
much, and you're getting a half a first down
Insane.
every time you touch it. That's borderline irreplaceable.
Yeah.
It just depends on how they see their team going forward.
Yeah.
Do we need this player to be the team that we think we need to be? So we'll see.
I think we need Taylor. I
think so, too.
I think
You
he's
do.
in need.
You do.
He's
I
in
think you do
need.
as well.
I don't think we can afford to lose him.
You'd have to get something substantial in return, and nobody's probably willing to give you.
Because
What
he's a
they-
running back.
yeah.
You don't want to give up that capital. And again, I get both sides. Understand.
Right? And it's to the point now, like, if you're going to do it, you better do it soon because the season's about to start.
So we'll say weakest game is probably Cardinals Commanders.
Yeah, 100%. That's going to be boring.
Weakest game.
That's going to be a boring
Then
game.
right behind that, probably Titans Saints.
Falcons Panthers, I think, is going to be kind of ugly to
think?
watch. I don't think
I
either of them are going to be very
I
good.
think the Falcon Panthers game might not be too bad.
It's a rivalry, but I don't think either team's going to be good. I'm not excited about any team in the NFC South. I think they're all booty.
I get that. You're not wrong.
It's
They
just
are.
like the Saints are the
it's
tallest
going to
midget.
end up being like an 8-win team is going to win that division.
Yes.
It's like all 4 of them are under 5'5", but the Saints are 5'6". Like, wow, I'm so tall.
5'6" and a quarter.
Right, like, whoa. Congratulations.
Man, he's a giant.
I'm the skinniest fat guy. Woo.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's
It's-
a good week one.
it is a
There's
good
some
week
good
one. It
matchups
is a
in there.
good week
It's a good week one.
They did good. They did good with the matchups. Usually, I don't like how they do week 1, but they did the right thing. Start off with rivalries.
a lot of these games,
couple firework
a lot
games.
of these games are worth watching, even if you're not a fan.
Chess.
That's what's good about it.
Yep.
So,
It looks like the Thursday night slates are doing a little bit better too, because those used to be.
yeah, thank God. that
hard
the
to
watch.
Broncos aren't
Last year, the
touching it
Broncos had
anymore.
like 7 Thursday night games.
Bro.
Like,
Like, nobody
bitch.
wants to watch this.
We were
trash.
tired of looking at overcooked fucking Mr.
Are we under attack?
I'm so mad I can't even say
Mr.
it.
Limited.
Thank you.
Mr.
Limited,
Limited.
bitch. Sorry, I don't like him at all.
He's
I apologize.
present.
He is. He is very present. He is there at the facility.
Yeah.
I know it's stupid.
Yeah, showing up in full uniform before practice like an idiot.
Again,
Standing-
I'm gonna
standing
say
on
it
the
for like
field.
the next 2 seasons, and I'm gonna continuously give Seattle a round of applause.
Right.
Oh yeah, man. They made off with a thieves ransom, man.
And they still got another first round. They got 2
Yep.
first round picks next season.
Yep.
Next draft.
And more than likely, they're probably going to end up trading one of those and getting more picks.
Probably. They really don't need a lot. Just keep bolstering the defense because the offense
The
is pretty
next
much
thing,
set.
I think the next big thing they need to do is draft their next Bobby Wagner.
Yeah. The difference maker on defense. Yeah.
Yep.
100%.
I hope Bobby still has a little bit left in the tank. For
I
him.
think
Hey,
he does.
Stat wise, last year quietly had the best season of his whole career.
But he also was
because he's on the field 3
Yeah,
times
I'm
as
about to
much,
say,
too.
yeah, he
That's
was
also
on the
true,
field
too.
a lot.
No,
the Rams
yeah.
were not very good last year.
No.
They'll be a lot better this year. In all honesty, I think it wouldn't have been a problem if he would have stayed with the Rams this year. I
No.
think the Rams would have been all right this year.
No, but
if
I
Stafford
get
had
it.
come
He-
back, I think he would have been all
I
right.
don't think it looks like they're in the midst of a rebuild, and he didn't want to be a part of that. So I get it.
Yep.
I wouldn't at this point. Now I was a little shocked he went back to Seattle, given how it ended the last go around and all of that. But I also get why you went back.
Yeah.
Looking at what their Pete Carroll's putting together out there.
I
Okay,
made a mistake.
well, he got cut.
Yeah.
He didn't choose to leave. He got cut.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't think it was because he wasn't performing. They just
It was
we can't
cap,
afford
it was
him.
money.
Cap casualty.
Yeah,
He was a cap casualty.
can't afford you, dog.
But they wanted to bring him back, but where they fucked up is that they didn't. He was at home and he was watching ESPN,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
how he found out he was cut.
Stupid.
Unprofessional.
Like it
Very.
was very it was very unprofessionally handled. Yeah.
Shame on you, Los Angeles. Shame on you.
Like he should have been the first one notified. Like I don't know how that doesn't happen,
Yeah, how do you find out?
especially
From
with
the
who
news.
he is. He's been the pillar of that
Yeah.
team for 10 years.
Like, imagine going home and you see on the news you got fired. You're like, what the fuck?
yeah.
Why didn't you say something?
Yeah.
It was
Fired on
Friday
your
and you
day
said have a
off.
good weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you get fired on your day off? They said they see me on tape
What, you
stealing.
stealing boxes? You trying to build a
Right.
fort?
Trumped up charges. That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
reference.
let's go ahead and jump into this career path since we're
Yes.
done with these matchups.
Yes.
So
Yes, let's go. I'm excited.
I jumped in. I had my brain mulling around a little bit, and I came up with Patrick Peterson, Darrelle Revis. Now, Patrick Peterson, as we all know, is still in the league,
He
so
is.
he still has potential. And Darrelle Revis, we know what an animal he was.
Yeah.
I mean,
At his peak, whew,
yeah, it's hard to find anybody better.
he had a nickname for a reason.
Yes, for sure, for sure. So we gonna jump off with Darrelle Revis first,
Let's go.
and he played from 2007 to 2017.
10 years.
So he had quite a good run. Started off, got drafted by the Jets. Let's see, let's jump in. He played all 16 games his first season. He had, what is TOT?
Total tackles.
Total tackles? Oh, damn. He actually had a fucking lot of total tackles his first year.
Because the Jets were booty.
Yeah, total tackles, he had 87. 74 of those 87 were solo tackles.
Almost all of them.
Had 13 assisted tackles, 0 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 3 interceptions.
Okay.
He didn't score any touchdowns, nothing like that, so he didn't do nothing too crazy. So next year, 08, played all 16, had 58 total tackles, 48 solos, another 13 assisted, had 1 sack, 1 fumble, and 2 fumble recoveries. Buddy was a defense now at that point.
Yeah.
Had 5 interceptions, which, I mean, shit.
And a touchdown.
And a touchdown. Had a fucking pick 6. And I mean, just having a pick 6 as a DB is already putting you a step above everybody else.
100%.
So him doing that, and crazy enough, Buddy had a safety.
Yeah.
Buddy had a safety.
Hard to do.
How?
Especially as a defensive back?
As a defensive
So they
as a
blitzed
safety.
him on the corner and said, go get him, and
Yeah,
he did it.
Yeah.
Hard to
Got
do.
the job done. So Darrelle Revis already 2 years in and has been a straight animal. 2009, all 16 games, 54 total tackles, 47 solos, 7 assisted. Had a little bit of a down year. Had no sacks, no fumbles, no fumble recoveries. But he had 6 interceptions with another pick 6. And he actually was doing a lot more with those pick 6s. He ended up accumulating 121 yards off of those interceptions.
Damn.
So even at minimum, if he got that interception, he was returning it 10 plus yards every time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he started to actually do a little bit more. And shit, I didn't even realize this. His fucking one of his pick 6s was a 67-yard pick 6.
So he said, I'm housing it.
He housed it.
Yeah, just wait till
baby.
you get to 2011.
Straight housed it. So then he jumped into 2010. 2010 was his first year. He did not play all 16 games. Had played 13 games, only had 32 total tackles with 26 solos, 6 assisted. He had 2 fumble recoveries, but he had no interceptions. And I think not playing all 16 games probably hurt his interception.
Yeah.
Then we jump into 2011, came back. He played all 16 games, had 52 tackles, 41 solos, 11 assisted, no fumble recoveries, no sacks, no forced fumbles, and he ended up having 4 interceptions. And crazy enough again, but he had another pick 6
For how?
for
100
100 fucking yards.
The length of the field.
How,
You
Sway?
can't have a longer one.
How, Sway?
And
And then his other 2 picks, each of those picks were over 20 yards.
Damn. So he's picking it off and taking off with it. And something that we didn't touch on.
What did we not touch
In
on?
2009, he led the league in pass deflections. You want to know how many he had?
How many did he have?
31.
Wow.
Oh my God.
31 pass deflections.
Yeah, so you
he
were
got
not,
a hand
you,
on 31
yeah,
passes.
You were not. You
That's
were not
nuts.
throwing near him.
That's nuts.
That is crazy. I did not even realize. Yeah, I skipped right over that, didn't I?
Whew.
Wow. So yeah, I mean, Darrelle Revis right now has been doing everything for the Jets defense.
Yep.
Then we get into the sad part of 2012, man. Only played 2 games, 11 total tackles.
Injury season.
That wasn't injury season. He only had 8 solos, had 3 assisted tackles. He ended up getting a forced fumble and a fumble recovery, and he had an interception. So, I mean, he
playing. He did something.
He still at least played. In those 2 games, he played at a competitive level.
Yep.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
played at a competitive level.
Because didn't
So-
he? Because after that year he left.
Yes. After that
Yes.
year, 2013, he went to Tampa Bay. He played all 16 at Tampa Bay.
And then went to the
Had
Patriots.
50 total tackles,
And then back to the
43
Jets.
solos, 7 assisted,
Trying to remember
got
his
another sack, another forced fumble, 2 forced fumbles, had 1 fumble recovery, 2 interceptions, and no pick 6s that year. But he still
Bald.
was doing everything possible. And Buddy has been averaging damn near almost double-digit pass deflections every season.
Yep.
Every season.
Revis Island, baby.
Man, Buddy was another animal.
I think something that gets glossed over with his career is
Mm-hmm.
he's not going to have – he doesn't have ridiculous interception numbers. He has pass deflection numbers, which means you couldn't really throw on him. But something that gets overlooked is he had such low interception numbers because he wasn't the receiver he
Yeah.
was covering wasn't getting targeted.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to throw in his
Direction.
area. So he's gonna have lower numbers. Like what I would like to see is it's not on here, but they need to have a coverage grade for these guys.
Yeah,
Because that'll tell more of a story. It's like,
Yep.
yeah, this guy got a lot of picks because they were targeting him because they think he was targetable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're not getting your hand on the ball, it's because they're not trying to throw to you.
Yep.
Because if you're somebody like Joel Rios and your numbers are low, they're not low because of your performance. They're low because the quarterback don't want to throw over
Right.
there.
If you only have the quarterbacks throw to you 50 times in a season,
It's because they
it's
don't.
like you're not going to have crazy
They
stats
think you're
'cause they
ass.
don't,
Yeah.
they don't want you to pick six it and return it 100 yards, which is completely possible.
Yep.
because didn't he won a Super Bowl with the Patriots, I believe.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
He won one Super Bowl. He's in the Hall of Fame.
He won the Super Bowl.
Seven-time Pro Bowler.
2014,
He got in
2014.
this year for the Hall of Fame, I
Yeah.
believe. He's a first ballot.
4-time All-Pro. 7 Pro Bowls, 1 Super Bowl, and he's in the Hall of Fame.
The 4-time All-Pros is what does it for me, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's-
as a fucking cornerback, and you're a 4-time All-Pro.
And again, we've gone over how hard it is to make an
yes,
All-Pro.
yes.
So
And he's done it for multiple years, so
Interesting.
that's even tougher to do. So we jump into, he's still with Tampa Bay in 2013, 16 games, 15 tackles, 43 solos, had 7 assists, one, what is that? 1 forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries. He had, 2 interceptions that year? No touchdowns, but it's all right. Nothing bad.
what's this number right here?
Those are the yards that he gets for his
Okay, all right.
interceptions, fumble recoveries, anything
I got
like
you.
that.
I got you.
So then we're jumping into 2014, his Super Bowl year with
Yep.
New England Patriots.
Difference
Played
maker.
all 16 games and definitely was a difference maker. Played all 16 games, had 47 tackles, 41 solos. Bro, as a DB, that's just fucking insane. That's just insane.
He was where the ball was.
Had 6 assists. He had 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery. Let's see. He had 2 interceptions. He had no pick sixes, but hey, fuck. You're doing enough if you're out there getting me interceptions as a DB. And as like Tim said, not being targeted as much as probably the
Speaks
other guy
more.
was, speaks volumes.
Yeah.
It speaks volumes. So Buddy was still out there doing everything possible. Let's see. He had, in that New England season, he had 14 pass deflections as well.
Getting his hand on the ball.
He was still out there doing everything possible he could. Then we go back to his roots back in 2015, came back to the Jets, played 14 games, 39 total tackles, 30 solos, ended up having 9 assisted tackles, no fumbles, no forced fumbles, only 4 he actually had 4 fumble recoveries, which is crazy enough for that defense. I think that defense at that time was actually really good because that was the Rex Ryan year, wasn't it?
I think that's past that.
Was it past that? 2015 was past that?
I think no, maybe it was. I don't really remember. He might be right. I
So
didn't pay too much attention to the Jets.
I mean, yeah, you're
to
not
be
wrong.
honest.
I don't pay that much attention to the Jets either. But I mean, hey, Buddy was still out there doing
Yeah.
everything for the team. I mean, he so far to me, the way it's looking, he has not lost a step.
No, he was
He
one
has-
of those. It's
he has
like
not lost a
whenever
step.
he took a dive down, it was like immediate.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
he was at the peak of defensive backery,
Yes.
and then he just kind of fell off a cliff
Yep.
at the end.
Yep.
But he knew when to call it quits. He
Yes.
called it at the
Yes.
right time.
And that was probably the right. And he probably made the right call when it came to that.
I think so.
So he played, let's go back to 2016, still with the Jets, played 15 games, had, and what's even crazier, this is the year right after he just played with him his first year. Comes back, ends up getting 53 total tackles, 43 of those solo, 10 assisted tackles, had no fumbles, no fumble recoveries, nothing like that. He ended up having one interception for 51 yards. So, I mean, he was still out there just dominating. He took a little bit of a dip on his pass deflections, probably his worst year of pass deflections, and he only had 5 accumulated at that point. So, I mean, it was a little bit of a down year for him. But, I mean, in all honesty, he still was out there performing well enough at this latent age. I mean, he's still guarding animals out there playing the wide receiver position at this point.
100%.
I mean, there's still
Yeah.
guys he's locking up, even at, if you want to say, an advanced age for his position. Then we get into the curtain call year, 2017, when he hung it up, played 5 games.
Did he retire in the middle of that season?
I think he
I
did,
think he
didn't
did.
he?
I think he did. I think he played those 5 games
Played
and then
5
decided to hang
games,
it up.
Yep, played 5 games, had 11 total tackles. 10 of those
yeah,
were
he wasn't on the
solos.
field really.
1 assisted tackle. Didn't really have any other stats other than, what is that?
Because I think that was it. He just kind of really lost. I
He
think
fell off a cliff.
grandfather Tom. I think Tom finally hit him, and he realized that, and he was like, "Okay, I'm not gonna get out here and embarrass myself."
Yeah, it's time to hang him up.
Which you gotta appreciate when they know when to hang it up.
Gotta
Yeah,
know when
yeah.
to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em.
Let me see. I'm trying to double check something real quick. Because it looked like Buddy ended up still having 2 safeties, it looked like in that. I can't tell if it was the safeties or if it was the pass deflections. No, it was the pass deflections. So, yeah, I mean, he at least still was viable. But, I mean, you see that he was starting to diminish. And he like you said, he knew when to call it. He knew when to call it. So,
Yeah.
he hung it up at the right time. He did what he got his Super Bowl. He did everything he was supposed to do. I mean, I think Revis, in all honesty, had a very good career that just a cornerback could have.
Yeah.
And especially to almost be in damn near, in a sense, how Randy Moss was for the wide receivers, Darrelle Revis for D-backs. I mean, Revis Island is a well-known kind of statement now.
Other than
you talk
Deion
about
Sanders, give me another defensive back that had a
Yeah.
nickname.
it. Yeah. It'd be hard.
Can't
for
think of
me-
anybody.
Hard for me to think about it.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't nothing either. So I mean, yeah, just the sheer force that that Darrelle Revis was. He was the anchor of the defense in the back end.
And everybody knew it.
Yes, and you had to find him on the field every time. There was not you always knew where Darrelle Revis was.
You had to rely on your number 2 and number 3 wide receivers most of the game.
Damn near.
So you just hope that they're good enough.
Yep.
Yeah. And if they weren't, you were in for a long day.
Got you. So let's go ahead and jump into Patrick Peterson. Patrick Peterson started off his career 2011, played from 2011 to 2022, which also he's still going into.
Yeah, he's with the
his next
Steelers
year.
now.
Yep. So
Wow.
started off his career with Arizona. He played 16 games. He ended up having 2 interceptions that year. Had no touchdowns. Had 13 pass deflections. He forced 4 fumbles though, and he also had 2 fumble recoveries.
Yeah.
He had 64 total tackles, and 59 of them were solo. Only had 5 assists, and he also had 1 sack. So he starting off his rookie year, I mean, played very well. I mean, in all honesty, you probably going and picking a guy like that. That's what else can you ask for?
As a rookie, not much. He made an All-Pro his rookie year.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean,
Most defensive backs don't do that.
not at all. So then you jump into his second year, 2012, played 16 games, started all 16. Definitely jumped his interception numbers up.
7 of
Ended
them.
up
was-
getting 7 interceptions. Didn't get any pick sixes. He can't find the end zone, but hey, it's all right. He's still out there taking that ball away.
Yep.
So he ended up getting 16 pass deflections. So I mean, and it looks like he was getting targeted a lot more. So that speaks
Yeah.
to him being targeted a lot more, getting 7 interceptions and 16 pass deflections. And weirdly enough, that is the most pass deflections he has gotten his entire career.
Yep.
16.
I didn't realize that. I put a
Just
dip
for
in.
context,
16.
Darrelle Revis had a season where he had 31.
Exactly. that
Sheesh.
puts it in the context. So ended up with 16 pass deflections. He got 7 fumbles though. Ended up recovering 5 of them,
That's a lot.
and that is a hell of a lot. Ended up with 55 combined tackles. 52 of them were solo, 3 assisted, and had 2 sacks. So he was
Damn.
definitely the guy on the defense at that point.
Tackles for loss, not sack.
I kind of figured they're saying it for a sack.
Well, he
If
had
it's a tackle
sacks.
for a
Sacks was
loss.
0.
He had 0 sacks. Okay,
It was
so I guess
just
it was
tackle for loss.
Okay, I got you. My bad, people. I'm giving you terrible stats. So we're gonna jump in 2013, still with Arizona. Buddy's still out there dominating, and played all 16. Took a little bit of a dip on his interceptions. Ended up with only 3. He had 13 pass deflections, tied his rookie record, his rookie numbers. He had 3 fumbles, 2 of them recovered. Ended with 42 combined tackles. 2 of them were solos. Or no, my bad. 42 tackles, 40 of them were solos, and 2 of them were assisted. So it was almost a one-on-one every time he was down the field. So, but he had no tackles for a loss, which, I mean, in all honesty, that really doesn't hurt a DB that much. It's better if they do have them, but in all honesty, they don't need them.
What are the asterisks right there? What does those mean?
Pro Bowl.
Okay.
Oh, is that what that means?
Yeah.
All right.
Pro Bowl season.
Yeah, I just
Thank you.
screenshotted these hoes. I didn't.
No,
yeah,
you're good.
yeah.
I just saw the asterisk.
I couldn't get the. I
noticed
didn't.
some
I
of
didn't
them
get the
have it,
legends. Yeah.
so I was just curious. That's
So
all.
I mean,
Pro Bowl
still very good. I think the pluses are his All Pros.
Correct.
So he ended up having 3 All Pros
And 8 Pro Bowls.
and 8 Pro Bowls.
So Darrell Revis had 7 Pro Bowls, 4 All Pros. Patrick Peterson has 8 Pro Bowls, 3 All Pros. So they're both have 11.
Yeah.
Just in different. Darrell Revis has 1 more All Pro. Patrick Peterson has 1 more Pro
See.
Bowl.
But Peterson is also still playing.
He is still playing.
And he also has played. So far, he has played 1 more year than him. Now it will be 2 more years.
Correct. He
And he's Peterson's not as good as he was a few years ago, but he's also into his 30s now. and-
he's
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
better
yeah,
into
yeah.
older age than Darrell Revis
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
It's longevity over peak kind of.
But see, the
argument.
thing is Revis never stopped guarding number 1s. Peterson now guards 2s
Yeah,
and tight ends.
but
and-
I will give this the benefit for Peterson as well. There are more players now playing other positions rather than it just being you're the X, you're the Y, you're
Right.
the Z.
Facts.
So there are more players now. So he is
So he's
now,
guarding more
so,
versatile
yes,
guys
He
now.
probably might still guard a number 1 from time to time, but he's no longer locking them up and following them across the field.
Which is okay.
yeah,
Which
there's
is
nothing
great.
wrong with that.
Because
There's
as long
no-
as
there's
you're still very
nothing wrong with
productive
that. Yes.
at what you're doing,
Yes,
I'm all for
Exactly.
it.
He's on a great defense now.
exactly. He is.
Yes,
he's
he
got
is.
a very good defense.
And he also
now.
has the best safety in the league to back him up.
Yep.
And one of the best edge rushers to close in on the quarterback so he can do what he does as a defensive back. TJ Watt.
Defense is
Yeah.
nasty.
Yeah.
So then we're going to jump into, 2014 now? Yeah,
Yeah.
2014. Played all 16 games, had 3 interceptions. He actually finally found the end zone. Had
First career touchdown.
first career touchdown. So
Yep.
Buddy was still playing at a high level. What did he have?
Still made a Pro Bowl.
How many did it say pass deflections? He's still a little mid on the pass deflections, but I mean,
He made 8 straight Pro Bowls.
yeah. I mean,
That's wild.
you're still playing at a high level when you're still making Pro Bowls. And at this time, Pro Bowls still meant a little bit, not as much as they did before.
They were still
then,
something.
but they were still at least something.
Yes.
I think now the Pro Bowl's just a fucking wash. I
Kinda
don't think
is.
the Pro Bowl means anything now.
It doesn't at all.
So I think they either need to figure something out with that or just go ahead and nix it completely and just stop doing it.
Pretty much, right?
So went out there, played, balled out, had 50 tackles, 43 solos, 7 assisted. Buddy was still nice, had no tackles for loss. Got in, let's jump into 2015. Oh, 2015 was when he found the end zone. My
Yeah.
bad. I was 1 year off. Had
No, it was 14.
Was it 14?
Yep.
Yep, it sure was. It sure was. I see it now. My eyes ain't like they used to be. So we're going to jump in. 2015 had 2 interceptions, 8 pass deflections, had 4 forced fumbles, no fumble recoveries, had 35. He had 35 tackles and
Squeaky.
35 solo tackles. So Buddy wasn't even assisting no tackles anymore. He was just doing it all, and ended with 1 tackle for a loss. 2016, all 16 games. Now I'll tell you this right now.
He ain't missed a game yet.
He ain't missed a game yet. Buddy has played.
He does not get hurt.
What is it?
That's one
I'll
thing I
put
like
it
about
like
him.
this.
There's
He
only 2
played-
seasons he didn't play all
He played,
every game.
1,
Only 2
2,
seasons.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Very impressive.
9,
Longevity.
10. 10. So 10 of his 11 years, right?
12.
12. 10 of his 12 years,
He's played every game.
he's played every game.
And even
I
the
love
2
that.
years he had 10 games and 13 games. So he
Yeah.
at least played double
Yeah.
digits.
He still made it well off into the season
And doing that as a corner.
Yeah.
as a corner. Yes.
And the style he played too, because Darrell Revis is more finesse. Patrick Peterson's more
More
of a thumper.
physical.
Yeah.
He's more
Yeah.
physical, yeah.
Bump and run, baby.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
He hits pretty fucking hard,
And
too.
he does, yes.
Revis wasn't like that. Two
No,
totally different
he wasn't.
games.
Yeah, he was not like that at all. Revis was just going. Revis was going to make you. Revis made you feel like you were comfortable and like, oh yeah, I got him beat on this
And what I
route.
like
Yeah.
No,
is
you don't.
Revis is officially a first ballot Hall of Fame, and I do believe Peterson will be a first ballot Hall of Fame.
He's just looking for that one
That
thing
Super Bowl,
that he.
Yep, that Super Bowl is the only thing that'll kind
It's
of.
the only thing he's chasing. But being with the Steelers, you don't have a. I mean, it's possible.
He's still playing at a high enough level. You'll give him credit if he gets one for sure.
If he can pull an
Yes.
All-Pro year out of his ass this year, somehow, I think I could maybe.
You
give
can
to
do
him.
it without
I think
the
I
Super
could- I
Bowl.
think I can maybe give
Yeah.
it to him without it, because just for the simple fact that he
You
now
know, and-
he now would either tie or surpass Darrell Revis.
He'd tie him in all pros,
So
and he'd have one more Pro Bowl, and he's
Yeah.
still playing.
and the longevity just really speaks volumes.
Right? 'Cause,
when
I
it
mean,
comes to
I
things like
think
He
it's
can
more
still
impressive
keep
when a
playing.
player
Yeah.
has the longevity in their favor and still playing at a good level.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't like using that. I don't like using longevity against a player. I feel like it's
Andrew.
unfair. Like I get it, but I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it. I think it's more impressive if they can play longer at a high level.
Yeah.
I don't understand people who use that against players. It makes us
It's two
well. This
different
guy
arguments.
got
Yeah.
3 Super Bowls, but he got 6 Super Bowls, and he played 6 years more. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, because he was able to play 6
You're
years
right.
more.
Part of being an athlete is how long can you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
Yep.
don't. I'm going to take something from Kareem. No, he did it. He
That's
was
why
out there and he
I-
did
like-
it.
Yeah.
yeah. You can use that for any athlete. Like LeBron's a big one
Yep.
on that.
Yeah. I don't.
Where most of his stats are from his longevity. If it
Right.
weren't
And that's
for the longevity-
okay.
Yeah.
It is.
That's impressive.
You did something the other guy didn't do, so
Yeah.
why punish him for playing longer at a high
and
level?
that goes with any athlete who that's any like I again
Tis
I hate
true.
that argument.
Tis true.
I don't like it
Using
either.
Well, I mean, in all honesty, we
Andrew.
really don't need to run through everything. I mean, we all kind of know what he has done and the player he is.
Take a vote.
Let's take a vote. Let's see where y'all's heads are at. Do y'all want to kind of give like your little kind of one side of each, and then give me
Yeah.
your,
Uh,
well, let me hear what you got.
I think it's closer than I realized, which I always like that you do this because usually the two guys are closer than I initially thought. Going into it, I was leaning Darrell Revis. Revis Island still sticks in my mind. Patrick Peterson's
Yep.
played for the Vikings now, 2 seasons,
yeah,
and
2
so I
seasons.
hate him for that. So I feel like those 2 seasons shouldn't be counted towards him because you chose the wrong team to play for. But in all honesty, I'm still slightly leaning towards Darrell Revis.
Yeah.
And it's
okay.
just because of the peak that he had. Like, I don't like to use longevity against Patrick Peterson, which I won't. But Darrell Revis, whenever he was at the top of his game, I think is better than Patrick Peterson's ever been. And he has a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's those two things that barely push it over the edge for me. I'm still Team Revis.
Okay. Team Revis, I like it. Well, Spence, what you got?
Sorry, I was texting Jax.
No, you're good. You're good.
He has a phone? I'm just kidding.
Nah, he is off his mom's phone, but it's hard.
It is.
It's
It's
hard.
very hard. It's very hard.
I love the longevity of Patrick Peterson.
Yeah.
I like physical players.
He's
I
he's as physical
love
as they come.
physical players. I love that he's still maintaining such a high level of play
Yeah.
into his 30s.
Yep.
Because normally with your especially your corners, because of the position they play,
Yeah.
30, 31, they fall off.
They do.
Yeah.
30, 31, they fall off.
Especially for a position like that as well. That you're having to guard younger and younger players as well, and you seemingly should lose a step, and he has been able to alter his game where he is no longer having to worry about that.
But I love Patrick Peterson, but I am going to go Darrell Rivas.
Okay.
I'm going to go Darrell Rivas.
I get it. I get it.
He is one of the greatest corners of all time.
I get it.
And I'm making that statement.
Yeah.
I
you
think
wouldn't- you
nobody's
wouldn't be
gonna-
wrong
the
with
fear
him.
You're not gonna hear an
that
argument.
He's a Hall of Famer now.
the fear that he put into quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I don't think Patrick Peterson
Buckets.
necessarily did that with quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Wet.
And I think him getting that Super Bowl also helps
Yeah,
him
he
a
did.
lot.
1000%.
Even though he went to the Patriots, and
in all
and I don't
honesty,
even hate
that was the-
though.
that was the
makes
right
more
move.
sense.
That was the right
makes
move.
more sense.
That was the right move, and especially going to Bill Belichick, and you know it's a defensive-minded coach, and he's going to do nothing but elevate you. So
Exactly.
why
Yeah.
not?
That's something you could give in favor for Peterson. He hasn't got to play on a team
No,
like
not
that.
at all. Not at all.
play for
No.
Arizona and
Yep.
Minnesota.
I mean, he's
But now
also-
he is with a team
Where
that
he has
always
opportunity.
has a
Yeah.
good defense.
Yeah.
They could do it. Kenny Pickett's just got to
And
come
I mean,
through. But
shoot,
yeah,
who do they got now? What's their secondary looking like?
Minka Fitzpatrick.
How about
Minka
that?
still
Still
there.
got Minka
Fitz
there
fucking
too.
Patrick.
Yeah.
They have,
So I mean, even then, on top of that, he's gonna have help over the top.
yeah,
So, I
Literally
mean,
the best safety in football. So
he's up there.
one of the tops.
One of the top.
I give him top three.
Top three.
I top three him. I top three him.
But,
Well, I guess in all honesty, I guess it's just going to be unanimous. I think we all going Darrell Rivas on this one.
And,
man.
and again,
It's close.
nothing on
Yeah,
Patrick
it is
Peterson,
very
man.
close.
Like
I'm right there with you. I think Patrick Peterson. I think the only thing that's swaying me towards Darrell Rivas, if I was building my team, Darrell Rivas has to be it because he is that game changer.
he's a pillar.
You don't
Yeah.
know what that man is going
And
to
nothing
end up
against
doing.
Patrick Peterson, but Darrell Rivas is a fucking pillar.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
When you're looking to build a franchise defense,
that's what you want.
I'm
Yep.
going to
Yep.
take Darrell Rivas. And again, Patrick Peterson didn't necessarily put the fear into quarterbacks like Darrell Rivas
Right.
did. Like quarterbacks feared him. Peyton Manning had even talked about it on his little show that him and his brother have.
Oh yeah.
They both talked about how they absolutely hated throwing to that side of the field
Right.
because it didn't
I don't
matter how
blame
good of a quarterback you were. They said it was always like Darrell Rivas knew your playbook. He
Yeah.
knew it.
Yep.
He knew he
It's scary, man. It's scary.
he is almost a better route runner than the receivers he was playing
receivers.
against, and that's what a lot of them say. It's
Right. When the ball went in the air, he switched to playing receiver.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
And that's hard for a lot of cornerbacks to do.
Yep.
There's only
Yep.
a handful that do it now.
Yep.
yeah. So, yeah, I got to give it to
Unanimous.
Darrell Rivas, man. But
Unanimous Darrell Rivas.
I do
Rivas
like
Island,
the
baby.
comparison. I love that you
Yeah.
have had none but fire comparisons. I will give you that.
Yeah.
You want to know what the
Batting
next
1,000.
the next one I'm thinking of doing?
Sneak peek.
Yeah, give us a little sneak peek.
I'm potentially thinking of doing Ed Reed and Dawkins.
Ed Reed and who?
Brian Dawkins.
Ooh.
Oh fuck,
Nah, I think I'm taking.
Ed Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I am as well.
He's a dog.
But
Brian
I-
Dawkins.
I think
in the words of Brian Dawkins, I'm here to eat your fucking souls.
Yeah.
I love it.
But that was where my mind
I'd
was
be
at.
surprised if their career stats matched up. I'll be honest. I think Ed Reed's got him.
I will say,
just off of memory, but
when you do
I'd
safety,
have to-
wrong.
I'd have to look. I'd have
Maybe
to
it's
look and
closer
see.
than
I'd
we
have
when
to
you
look
do
and see.
safeties from the earlier 2000s, they don't safety like they don't play the same anymore that they did.
Not at
then.
all.
They're not as
No,
physical.
no,
like
not at all. Not at all.
Brian Dawkins
You'll
might
never find another safety like Ed
be
Reed or
top
Brian
5
Dawkins.
hardest hitting safety to ever play football.
Yeah. Right
Yeah.
behind Sean Taylor.
yeah.
R.I.P.
And he suplex motherfuckers. I love
Yeah.
it. You can't do that no more.
These are the guys that take your lunch and your lunch money for the
Damn
next
right.
day.
yeah.
I'm eating your food and I'm taking the money for tomorrow.
Damn right.
But I think Ed Reed is.
I want
Man.
to see a comparison with Ed Reed. I don't know if
I
Brian
got
Dawkins
you,
is.
I don't know if Brian Dawkins
I'll
is
have
the
to,
guy
I'll
to
have to
do
look
it.
and see. I'll have to look and see.
Because I know Ed Reed.
Because I think if you're gonna do a comparison with Brian Dawkins, I think Palomalu would be a better comparison.
That would be
Okay.
true. Or Ed Reed and Rod Woodson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
'Cause they have great stats.
Ooh,
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
I might-
both.
I-
But both of those are like if you did like Dawkins and Palomalu, I
Yeah.
like that one too.
True.
Well, we'll put it on the notes and we'll
Because
see what we can
Palomalu
do.
is one of my all-time favorite defensive players ever.
Yeah.
Great hair.
Terrific hair.
Amazing hair.
Best
Immaculate
hair in the
hair.
NFL. I don't think there's anybody that has better.
Y'all
hair
remember?
than
No,
him.
not
Y'all
even
remember
close.
was it the Super Bowl where he had the pick and they grabbed the back of his hair and
Oh yeah.
pulled him down?
Buddy was mad.
You know that shit hurt.
It's legal.
Boy.
It was.
Hey,
It
not no
was.
more, but it is now,
Yeah.
or it was
It was
then.
part of your jersey back then.
Yep.
Yep.
Yikes.
used to have people pulling out dreads, man.
right?
Dude's walking off to the sideline, got a handful of hair sitting in his hand.
Bro.
Like, anybody in the stands, can y'all put this shit back in for me real quick?
Somebody bring a crochet needle.
Damn.
Well, Tim, you want to jump into your Russian quarterback trivia to
Yes.
end it off?
I wish we had game show music I could play.
Yeah,
Like,
hit the button and
I
start
have a
the-
shitty little bow tie. Welcome back to NFL Trivia. You ready, guys?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. There have only been buckets. There have only been 10 quarterbacks in NFL history to
I'll
rush
tell you in
for.
just a second. I'm listening to you.
I'm in the middle of a question, Spencer.
I'm not interrupting.
Nick needs to focus.
Put it down, Nick. We'll go over. I'm going to go over this with both of y'all in just a second. I think it's funny.
Wow.
There have only been 10 quarterbacks in NFL history to rush for at least 760 yards in a season.
10?
10.
That's it.
10.
Okay. Okay.
How
Fuck.
many of them can you name?
Fuck.
All of them.
Correct. End of the episode. Tune in. We'll see you on the next one.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Money.
Okay.
I'll be
You
honest.
want us to start? You want us to start naming? Or
Yeah.
you- okay.
There's one on here you're not gonna get. So I'll give you credit if you get 8 out of 10. I'll say
Okay.
that's impressive.
So we know Lamar
Very
Jackson,
impressive. Lamar Jackson is one.
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton is not on the list.
What?
Mike Vick.
Mike Vick is on the list.
Cam Newton's not on the list?
No.
I'm
He would-
actually shocked.
He did not get at least 760. He broke 750. I cut it off at 760, so I had an even 10.
Warren Moon.
Warren Moon's not on the list. So Lamar's number one. He's had the most all time in a season.
Yes.
1,206
And
yards.
Mike
Vic's
Vick's right
got to be
behind
like
him.
2 or
Vick
3.
is third all
Ooh,
time in a
third.
season. He rushed for
Justin
over 1,000
Fields?
yards once. Justin Fields is on the list. 1143. He's second all time in a season. This is single season.
What's his name with the Niners back in the 90s? What
In the 90s. Steve Young?
yeah.
Hell no. He won that.
I know
White.
he's very versatile.
Kaepernick.
Kaepernick's not on there. See, so far you have Jackson and Vick. A couple on here might surprise you,
Russ.
but you won't. Russ is on there.
Let Russ cook, baby.
He one season he had 849 yards. So you have Jackson, Fields, Vick, and Russ.
Okay.
Let's see,
I got to really think.
I gotta
So-
kind of think about it as well. Come on, talk it out.
Hold on, I got to process this.
I know you can
noodle
process, but
first.
you
I
can
can't.
talk and process at the same
I
time.
don't know if I can do that.
Say your
I d-
process out loud so that way I can help.
I don't
you.
know if I can do that because I'm
We here
focused on
together.
thinking.
I'm trying to think of running quarterbacks that were otherworldly. So if I had to guess again, I'd probably say, golly, no.
Vince Young.
Nope.
Steve McNair,
Nope.
Alex Smith.
Yes. He's not on there.
Oh, that was a sarcastic.
Yeah.
guess.
Philip Rivers is fifth. I'm just kidding.
Hold on.
I'm about to say.
The Alex Smith one's not a crazy choice.
It is.
He's very athletic.
Not for 760 yards in a season. That's a lot.
That is a that,
For a-
that, that
for a
is
quarterback,
lot.
that's a
and I'm
ton.
trying to think of quarter. Fuck, that's actually that's oh damn Tim, this is actually hard.
Once I say some of the names, you're going to be like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna be like, really, I didn't think of that, but
There's one on here. I have no idea who the guy is.
really,
You're not going to guess it.
like from 80s, 90s.
I think it's the 70s.
oh shit, yeah,
we definitely
no.
getting that one.
I was like, I had to look him up. I was like, I have no fucking clue who this dude is. Never
If
heard
you
his
don't
name
know,
in my
I
life.
definitely don't know. So
Everybody else, though, makes sense.
okay,
So
And
far,
they're
we have
recent eras.
we've seen all of them play.
Okay.
we have seen them all play.
We've seen them all play.
Ooh,
Sean
bitch.
Watson.
Incorrect. Good guess though. He almost got it one year.
I'm trying to. Oh my god.
So far you've guessed Lamar Jackson.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is on the list. He's done it twice. 760 and 784.
So
Kyler
we got
Murray.
we
Kyler Murray is on there.
okay. So we got Hurts, Kyler Murray, Fields, Vick, Lamar, and that's it.
Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields, Michael Vick, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray,
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts.
6.
So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 left. Yeah.
Let's see. Ooh, man.
One of the guys on the list has done it twice.
Another one that has done it twice?
Yep.
Shit.
Man.
I'm gonna feel so silly.
You will.
I know I am.
You will.
Ryan Tannehill?
Incorrect. Not bad. Not bad guess.
Not a
though.
bad guess at all.
I'll give you a hint. You're on the right track with Ryan Tannehill. Kind of.
Fucking Taysom Hill.
No.
Damn.
No.
Nah.
I was just trying to sneak one in there. That
That'd be wild.
Might have snuck.
Josh
in there.
Allen.
Josh Allen.
Okay,
There you
okay.
go.
I had to think of.
Okay,
Yep.
Yeah,
Josh
yeah.
Allen. Makes sense.
So there's 3 left.
And one of them
one
we're
of
not
them
gonna
is
know.
the-
One of them
One
we're
of
not
them
gonna
you're
know.
not gonna
So-
know.
We're gonna fucking get
So we got
And
2.
it's the 5th highest all time.
And these are all still people we've watched
The
play.
the 2 left, one of them's retired. Well, both of them are retired, but one's way more recent than the other. One of them we watched as a kid.
McNabb,
No. Think younger.
younger.
Very young. Yeah.
Culpepper.
No, but you're
Or-
getting close there.
Did I say McNair already?
Yes.
Yes.
So this guy and Culpepper played for the same team at one point, but Culpepper replaced him.
Damn, I'm not that great at that.
So he played for the Vikings.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know very many Vikings.
It was one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch when I was a little kid.
Oh, Brett Favre.
No.
Fuck.
He's one of those
And the other
quarterbacks
one- and the
who
other
don't get
one's-
enough credit.
The other one's more recent.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna try to go for him.
Yeah. I can't. I know who you're talking about. I cannot place
Go
the
ahead.
name.
Try to place the name.
I'm thinking.
of
I
the guy.
just. I know
thinking
exactly
of
who
the
you're
guy.
talking about. Because he. Oh.
Yeah.
And the other guy had to retire recently.
Yes. One of them we still see on TV.
Kurt Warner.
No.
No. Kurt Warner. He probably had negative rushing yards.
Oh. Played with Redskins.
Joe Montana.
Played for Baylor. Why can't I remember his
Oh
name?
my God, Spencer! Come on, you're
I know. I
fucking
got
there.
I can
Come on,
remember.
yes.
RG3. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Holy shit!
Couldn't get it out of my
I
mouth.
had to think about it. Once you
RG3 's
said
on
Baylor,
there.
It made me think like, hold on, wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
I think because his rookie year was fucking wild.
There's only
We got one more that
2 left and one you're never gonna know.
And I know because
Late 80s, early 90s.
late 80s, early 90s.
yeah, because Culpepper replaced him towards the end of his career.
Yep.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I just can't remember his name. For the life of me, I can't remember. I can't remember his name. So you're gonna have to tell me because I can't.
Okay, I'll give you one more
Terrell
hint.
Pryor.
No.
No, he had 1,000 receiving yards.
Yeah.
My bad.
I'll give you one more hint for the guy you should know. He's better known for playing for the Eagles
McNabb?
No, I already said McNabb.
No.
before McNabb's time.
Yeah.
Way before.
um,
Back when they were Kelly Green Eagles.
Yeah.
So back in the
Again, I know.
yeah.
I know.
you're
who
gonna
it is.
you're
I
gonna
can't-
know who it is as soon as I say it.
I can't remember the name, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
Fuck. I can't
You're just
think.
gonna have to tell me because the name's just whatever reason it's not coming in here.
Can you give us a? Can you try to attempt?
I can't think of
another hint?
anything else.
No,
'Cause
no,
He
no.
played for
Because
the Eagles.
Culpepper
Kelly Green
replaced
Eagles.
him
Culpepper
right before they
replaced him.
drafted
There you go. Randy Moss.
Randy Moss. It was like the year. Was it the year before they drafted Randy Moss?
I think they.
Year or two before they drafted
I
Randy
feel
Moss.
like-
I know again. I know exactly who you're
Let
talking
me get
about.
let me
Give
get the
the
timeline.
first letter of his name.
I feel like that gives
Let
it
it give
away.
away.
I think so.
It's gonna give it away.
Let me look at this guy's specific stats. So the year that I'm thinking of that he did this with the yards. No, actually, Randy Moss's rookie year, this guy made an All-Pro, so that they played their first year together. Then Culpepper replaced him
And then
after that.
yeah, okay, yeah. But I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
All the highlights I see is Culpepper throwing that nigga the ball. That's the problem.
Yep.
Yeah.
The year that he made the list was 1990. So he after that I think he got hurt and he quit running as much.
Okay.
But every year he was a lock for like 500-600 yards. This year he just happened to get
You're gonna have to
942.
tell us because again, I know exactly who you're talking about, but I can't place the name.
Well, we got the 8.
His initials are RC.
Cunningham.
Randall Cunningham.
Randall
Thank you.
Cunningham.
Yeah.
There
I had
you
to
go.
think. Again, I knew exactly who he was talking about. I had to remember the name.
And the guy with
Who,
the,
by the way, yes, and I agree with you, does not get enough
he was
credit.
better than most people remember.
Yes.
So the guy with the 5th most rushing yards in a season for a quarterback all time is none other than Bobby Douglas for the Atlanta Falcons.
Wow.
Who the
fuck is
that
Bobby
guy?
Douglas?
Atlanta got 2 of them guys on there.
Who
Your
the
dad probably knows
fuck?
who it is.
He probably does remember. Because he's old, because it's Who the fuck is Bobby Douglas?
Well, he played in the 70s and 80s, didn't he?
Look at that guy.
That fucking guy.
We're talking about Bart Starr Jr.
Right? Wow. Okay.
He never made a Pro Bowl. He never made an All-Pro.
Wow.
He didn't have any good season worth mentioning as far as throwing the ball. He never threw for more than 1,200 yards 1,300 yards in a season.
But he ran the hell out of that fucking ball.
He
though.
didn't do. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
That's crazy.
Sorry, not the Falcons, the Bears. My bad.
The Bears.
72 for the Bears.
Well,
he
that's
ran
why
for
nobody knows who he
968
is. He's
yards
playing for the Bears. Nobody knows any of
in
their
the
quarterbacks.
70s.
Yeah, Bears quarterback still can't
That was
throw the
such a
ball.
wild outlier season for him. He rushed for 968 yards and 8 touchdowns. He only rushed for more than 500 yards in a season one time.
Wow.
Other than that, he didn't do shit for his whole career. So basically, he was their running back
Yeah, pretty much.
because he rushed for almost as many yards as he passed.
The original Wildcat.
He threw for 9 touchdowns and 12 interceptions that year. So basically, yeah, he was a de facto running back that happened to throw the ball sometimes.
That's crazy.
The original
Again, with
Taysom Hill.
Cunningham,
Okay.
when you said Minnesota, I knew exactly who you were
Yeah,
talking about.
you
I
could
just could
see
not
him in
the
your brain.
name. It was
Yeah.
just firing, but I couldn't get the
I
name.
thought of when you said RC, the name.
When you said
Randall
C,
came-
I was like, oh, Cunningham.
Randall
That's-
came to mind, but I couldn't think of the last name. I don't know why, because I was thinking Randall.
Randall Cunning Turkey.
I was like Randall. I was like not Randall Cobb. I was like stop.
because I
saying
remember
Randall
watching him being
Cobb.
little, and then again, never got the credit he deserved. He was a lot better than
Yeah. I just
yeah.
remember Randy Moss coming into the league, and I loved Randy Moss, even though he
Yeah.
played for the Minnesota Vikings. But Randall Cunningham was throwing the ball.
Yeah.
And I remember Randall Cunningham being a rushing quarterback, and I loved
And then
watching that
Culpepper
as a
just
kid.
fell into a perfect situation.
He did.
Okay.
Sometimes
I like
quarterbacks get lucky like that.
Yeah.
They really do.
You just fall into a team that you were the only thing they were missing.
Yeah.
And they almost did it.
I
And
like
then
that, too.
sometimes you're just a quarterback that is so good, you just make everybody else better.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I like that. That was pretty good. I like that.
I did like
That was
that. I did like that.
interesting.
Made me think. I like that.
You guys did pretty good. You got there. You got
I
there.
will say though,
got-
I am
you got
I am
the
a
8
little
out of 10.
shocked that Cam Newton isn't on there.
I had to cut him off. I was going to do 750 or more, but then it would have been like 11 or 12 guys. I just
Yeah.
wanted to make it top 10.
Yeah.
So I had to cut him off.
Makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's that. Yeah, I get it. I just
Like I said, when that's what was making my head hurt, because once
Ex-
you said Cam Newton wasn't in it, I was like, well, fuck.
especially Cam Newton's MVP year, like
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
dominated
Buddy was
full
front
stats.
flipping in the
Yeah,
end
I mean,
zone.
so a little shocked that he's not even on that list at
He's
all.
pretty close.
Yeah, that's good, Tim.
Hell yeah,
I
that's a good one.
liked
That's
it,
a
man.
good
I,
I
liked
got
it a
one
lot.
for next episode.
Ooh,
Just wait.
Yes.
It's hot in here. Let's call it.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
wrap her up.
It's heating up outside.
We're going to wrap it up, guys. Well, once again, thank you, Shedheads, for tuning in again. We appreciate you guys. Thank you once again. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, share. We would really like to fight with y'all in the comments, so please bring whatever you got. We are willing and able to communicate with you guys.
It ain't hard to share.
Yeah, hey,
Not at all,
drop,
not at
drop
all.
a
It on
screenshot
Facebook.
for all you guys that play fantasy football. Drop a screenshot.
Yes,
We'll
yes,
grade
let-
your
yeah,
teams.
We'll look at your teams.
Yeah,
We'll
I'll
give
tell
you
you
a
how
grade.
bad you did. Yeah, screenshot your team. I'll tell you what you did
Please
wrong.
do, please do. Send it to us. But once again, guys, thank you. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time.
Peace.